What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Jared Williams Show. Today, we're going to talk about how to sell more jobs. We're going to talk about how to set up your price book, how to set up your sales process, what that is, what it looks like, how to train your techs, and then how to measure your technicians, like KPIs, what KPIs, how often you should measure, the whole 9 yards. And we're going to talk about that with my good buddy, Mr. Eddie Barkhurst.
Hey, man.
What's up?
Not a whole lot. How are you doing?
We've already said what's up this morning, and for some reason, when we start a podcast, I feel like I got to say what's up
Yeah. It's
to introduce you
It's the
to the
same.
people.
Appreciate it. Hey, man. How's it going?
You're welcome. So before we get into that, we got our awesome sponsor up here, PlumbLine. This episode is brought to you by them. It wouldn't be possible without them. They're the ones who make this whole thing happen. So if you've learned anything through here, you can thank PlumbLine. They are a 24-hour answering service that you can hire, and you pay them per booked call. So they will answer your phone. They'll talk to your customers. They have all U.S.-based, English-speaking CSRs, customer service representatives. They will talk like they are your company, and they will book jobs into your specific CRM. They work with all the CRMs. They're an awesome company. We've used them in all of our companies. Highly recommend them. It's the best 24-hour answering service. And if you're spending any money on marketing or you're missing any calls, then you are losing money. And the cost to have them book a call is cheap in comparison to the money you lose when you don't book your calls. So go check them out, plumblineanswers.org. Tell them you heard about them from Jared Williams or the Wealthy Plumber, and you get 1 week of free booked calls. Go check them out, plumblineanswers.org. Okay, sir. We're going to talk about sales, how to sell more jobs. And I have a little bit of notes here, and I want to cover 4 things today. Surprise, surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I want to talk about is basically setting up your price book, because we have been working on that now for our new plumbing company. For those who haven't been listening, we started a new plumbing company called Wahoo Plumbing down here in Pensacola. Hey, BTW, I got kind of an announcement to make. A lot of people have been asking, what happened to Dude Wash?
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't said anything because we've been in the process of actually selling Dude Wash. So we sold Dude Wash. And maybe we'll make a whole episode about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we kind of made the decision, when was that? Like October?
October, November. Yeah.
October, November 2025. We said, okay, we had this vision. We want to grow a $100 million company. We got into the pressure washing world. We could kind of see that it was going to be more difficult with pressure washing than with plumbing. We said, well, let's pivot because we can and we should.
Yeah.
So we did. And we found a buyer for Dude Wash. And yesterday we signed paperwork. Dude Wash is sold.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get the fun stuff of like transferring all the stuff to the new owner.
Yeah.
Anyway, we sold it, and so now we're on to Wahoo Plumbing, and we've been working on that pretty much ever since October, November. I had the business license already. I had the brand already. And then it was like, okay, let's start putting all the pieces in play. And one of the things that we've been working on heavily is the price book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're setting up the price book in the way that we think is going to be the best strategy moving forward. However, we also know that it's just going to be adjusted all along the way. We thought this was a great idea.
It's going to work.
And it sounds like it worked great. It needs a minor tweak. And so it's just going to be adjusting, I think, probably for a long time.
Oh, I agree. So in our price book, when we're setting it up, like it's easy to go through and just say, okay, what are all the services that we're going to offer?
Mm-hmm.
Or like we split it up by area in the home pretty much.
Yeah.
We have like area in the home, like kitchen, bathroom, laundry room. And then we have like water heater categories. So in your price book, you have categories and then subcategories. And then you have the actual like task that is the thing you're going to sell. A lot of people don't even know like what they think there's something magic, like they're going to go get their hands on this price book from another company, and that the price book, Like they want it because they think like, oh, this is the going rate across the US for this thing. And if I charge this, I'm going to make $1 million for some
Right.
reason. That's not the case at all. Like the price book is like in your bathroom section, you might have like a bathroom category and then a subcategory of toilets. And you click on the toilet category and it's just like all the parts and pieces of a toilet.
Mm-hmm.
And when you click on the part and piece, all it's doing is it's creating an estimate, like on the spot, to repair that part or piece.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take a flapper, for example. And we'll get more in depth on what this has to do with sales, but I feel like we need to clarify this for people. Toilet flapper, for example, on that estimate, it's a pre-built estimate basically to replace a toilet flapper. We're going to say a toilet flapper takes this much time,
Mm-hmm.
and the flapper costs this much money. And so based on the rules that we gave our CRM, we use Service Titan, it's going to say, okay, well, their hourly rate is this, and the material markup is this, and so this service costs X amount of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a streamlined way for you guys to go into the home and say, okay, this is broken, that's broken. Here's the fix.
Yeah.
However, if you stop there, you're going to severely limit your sales.
Yes.
Yes. There's a ton of money to be made in your price book.
Yeah.
Tons.
Yeah. If it's set up poorly, you're leaving a lot of money, and I don't want it to sound like our job is to go in there and grab as much money as we possibly can from each home. We're exchanging a service for money.
Yeah.
And so the customer wants services done for them.
Yep.
And they think that they only need this one service,
Yeah.
but your technician's ability to go in there and recognize, yeah, this thing is bad,
Yeah.
but it went bad because this went bad, and it went bad because this went bad. And so if we solve all of these,
Yep.
rather than, and there's a lot more money to be had in that scenario, rather than a technician going in there.
Yep.
And he walks in and says, you say your flapper's bad. Service Titan says it's going to cost you this much to have me replace it. Would you like me to do it?
Yeah.
Like that's a lower quality service and you're going to get less money for it.
Yeah. And even like this went bad because this is bad because this is bad because this is bad, like finding the root cause of the problem. But also, if they've got one toilet flapper that's bad, but they have 3 toilets and they're all the same age,
Mm-hmm.
what's the chances something else is about to go bad in some of these other toilets?
Yeah.
So let's go look at them. That would be getting into kind of the sales process stuff. That's super important.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're setting up our price book, you guys can get a price book for free. It's at wealthyplumber.com. Go click freebies price book, and you can download the price book that we started with.
Yeah.
That was like our beginning template. And then we went through and we adjusted what was in there. Like we got rid of some things, added some things, and then we adjusted all the time frames and all the material costs and the hourly rate. You guys can adjust the hourly rate on there. I get so many people, they download this thing and hourly rate's set at like 400 and they're like, I can't charge that. So
Not in my area.
you don't put your hourly rate in there and put your time frames and your material costs in there.
Mm-hmm.
That way it gives you an accurate price. Without the pricing and the markup figured out, then the price book is useless.
Yeah.
Like you got to figure out your pricing first. And so we went through, when we're going through this price book, we actually, some things that we set up, like we set up all the basic stuff. It's like, okay, what are all the parts on a toilet? How much do those parts cost? How long do they take to change? We create a task for every single one of those.
Mm-hmm.
But then we also started thinking about, well, what are we going to carry on our truck? And what are we not going to carry on our truck?
Yeah.
And so we decided to carry a toilet on our truck. So that if we had to replace just one toilet, we can offer it to the customer cheaper. And it makes a lot more sense now to go from, like if we go and there's a toilet flapper that's bad, we can go from toilet flapper to, well, this whole thing is old, so we should probably rebuild the guts, to new toilet, and the jump to the new toilet really isn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so you end up and the customer gets a warranty on the toilet at the same time. So it just gives you more opportunity to sell larger tickets.
Yeah.
Just by thinking about what you're going to stock on your truck and how you're going to put that in your price book. Because if we didn't stock that on our truck, then we have to add more time to our toilet task, because if we have to go leave the customer's home and go get a toilet and come back to the home to install the toilet, that's more time.
Yeah.
And here in Pensacola with traffic and junk, it's probably like an hour and a half.
It very well could be. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're like $280 an hour member price. And so that's another, what, $350, $370, something like that, somewhere in there. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So our toilets right now are $699. They would have been almost $1,000. And so by choosing to stock that on the truck, we can offer them to the customer at a cheaper price and then upsell that easier and more often and install more toilets, which is better than installing tank rebuilds.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we make more money. That's it.
Yeah.
Simple, right? What are some other examples of that we did?
We did a lot of work on our water heater service.
Yep.
And what it is that we want to offer.
Yeah. So our water heater is like an electric tank type water heater. We have right now it's set up with 3 different options, and we're actually stocking an electric and a gas water heater on the truck. So we built out our trucks, designed the racks in a way that we can hold 2 water heaters we have Ford Transits, high roof, extended, and then up front next to the headache rack, we've got 2 water heaters, 50 gallon. And we designed those based on, we have 3 different options. We have we didn't call it chop and swap in our price book, but there's a chop and swap option. It's like the cheapest option. And what we did is we wanted to have a water heater. We know that we live in like a slightly poorer area, right? Where people don't have as much money. And so we said, well, let's design an option to where if their water heater's out, we have a way to get them a water heater as cheap as we possibly can.
Yeah. So
we're going to chop is the minimal amounts of piping out of your water heater, off your water heater, and we're going to slide a new one in and do as minimal repiping as possible.
Yep.
We're not going to change the expansion tank. We're not going to change out all the piping and the shutoff valve. It's just bare minimum. And by having that water heater on the truck, member price is like just under $2,000. I think the member price is like $1,980. And then what we did is we took it to 1969?
Yeah.
And we did that for advertising purposes. Okay, so what that allows us to do now, because we put the water heater on the truck, we designed this chop and swap option. Now we can advertise a 1969 water heater swap. We also, we did a lot of things on water heaters, didn't we?
We really did, yeah.
Because we also wanted to advertise a $200, what do we call that?
Buyback.
Yeah, so we have a $200 water heater buyback. So now we can advertise on Facebook, on Google, on all our social media platforms, $200 water heater buyback. You call us and we will buy your water heater, your old water heater, for $200, and that $200 goes towards your new water heater. So basically what we did is we took all of our water heater options and we added a $200 surcharge to it, and then we created a $200 buyback discount. And so when we go offer this water heater, the original price on the water heater, dude, I'd have to look, but it's over $2,000. And then you sign up for our membership. That's $99 a year or $9 a month. You get 15% off. And then we give you the $200 buyback deal. And all of a sudden your water heater's down to $1,969 for the chop and swap option. The next option up is basically the chop and swap plus all of the piping and the expansion tank new. And that one is, man, I just looked at this yesterday. It's like $2,200. Pay us like $200 or $300 more, and we can repipe the whole thing. And for people who aren't on a budget, it's going to make a lot of sense. We're going to be like, hey, this water heater's old, the expansion tank is old, the shutoff valve is old, the piping is old. We should probably just get all of this replaced while we're here.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of people will just bump up to that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we make even better margin. So the first option is like designed to help close rates. Second option is designed to upsell and make more margin. And then the third option, what we did is we did a self-warranted water heater. So it's the second option. So we have good, better, best. The best is the better option with the water heater and all the piping and the valve. Still, you can take part of the membership and the $200 buyback. All the prices are jacked up $200, so we can discount them $200. It's just an advertising ploy. And then we bumped those up another $399 and added we matched the manufacturer warranty. So on an electric water heater, it's a 6-year, and then on our gas, it's a 5-year.
Mm-hmm.
And so that water heater is like, by the time you get all the discounts and the buyback, it's like $3,000 plus a 6-year warranty. And our margin on those warranties, I did the math last night. I forgot to tell you, but I did some research on like how many water heaters actually use the warranty.
Yeah.
And it's our cost is $80 per water heater that we put in. So for every membership that we sell, it's an $80 cost, and we charge the customer $399 for them.
For every warranty we sell?
Yeah.
Nice.
For every warranty we sell, it's $80 cost to us, but we collect $399 in income. So that's a good margin.
Yeah.
Like that's probably our best margin service in our price book is that warranty.
Yeah.
And so for the customers who are like, it's like, hey, the manufacturer warranties this for 6 years. Typical water heater lasts 6 to 10 years. This option has a 6-year labor warranty along with the 6-year manufacturer warranty. So if anything happens to this water heater outside of electrodes go bad or it gets struck by lightning or you run your car into it, if it's just manufacturer defect, we're going to cover the labor on this water heater.
Which is huge. I mean, that means the customer, as long as it's well taken care of, meaning nobody runs into it with their car or lightning doesn't strike it or something like that, which means for the life of the water heater, if anything goes wrong, or for the life of that warranty for 6 years, if anything goes wrong at all, the customer just calls us, our number's on the front of the tank, and they say, hey, this thing needs some warranty work done on it, come get it.
Yeah.
And so then, and they don't have to pay another thing.
Yep.
And if like part of, since the conversation is sales and selling more jobs, part of that is explaining the value of that to the customer in a way that makes them say, oh shoot, I can't live without that. I'm gonna need that.
Yep.
And so you're giving them a level of convenience that didn't exist before. Yep. And if you don't articulate that to the customer, then it's going to affect your ability to sell that.
Yeah.
Pretty important part.
Yeah. So now we have these options that are like 2,000. Like if you think about the price points as well, they're like easy jumps for the customer to get to. So they're like, it's like 2,000. I think it's like 2,300 or 2,400. And then it's like 27 or 28 for the best option. And that's member pricing.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you break that into financing numbers, it's literally going to be like $18 a month, $20 a month, or $25 a month. That's what's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So like now you could finance this water heater. It's $25 a month for, I don't know, however many years. And the interest rate is really low. Plus they get a 6-year warranty with it.
Mm-hmm.
Easy sale.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So we design, like the idea though is like, we took the price book and we thought through how we're going to market our services and what we're going to carry in the truck and what we expect the customer reaction to be. And we designed it around all of those things, not just like I see so many people though. So for like another thing of this, we're getting water heaters from Home Depot, Rheem water heaters. And a lot of people think that's crazy, but I can get a Rheem electric water heater for $485 from Home Depot, or I could go down the street to Wind Supply and I can get a Bradford White and it's almost $700. Well, my price on a $700 water heater goes up dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
Like at a 55% gross margin, that's a lot.
Yeah.
The cost difference is a lot. So, and I don't have anything against Rheem water heaters, and neither do our customers.
Right.
And that's the thing, like, your customers likely don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do, like if you're in an area where you think your customers might care about like the quality of the water heater or the brand of the water heater, then have those in your options. Like, create the low dollar water heater for the people who don't, and then create the super fancy high dollar water heater for the people that do.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out which one you're going to sell more of, and maybe stock that one on your van. Right?
Yeah.
I suspect most people don't want to spend money on their plumbing. Like, if I was going to go put a water heater in my house, I'm going to Home Depot, I'm picking up a water heater, and I'm chucking that sucker in. I don't care.
Yeah.
Right? And then, especially if it has a 6-year warranty and they know they don't have to mess with it for another 6 years, they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't have the ability to think that far.
Yeah.
6 years sounds like a long time.
Yeah.
To most people. So, but with that, so like we're looking into the marketplace and we're saying, okay, where do we live? What kind of customers are we serving? What do we think they care about? What are some options that we can get them in at a low dollar amount if we need to? Plus, we can upsell them something really nice if we need to. And how do we design this all around with just one water heater? So we only have to stock one water heater in the van.
Yeah.
And I think it makes it very efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Some other things with water heaters, like buying the dip tubes from Home Depot, the janky little plastic dip tubes.
Mm-hmm.
They're so cheap. Like to pipe that in copper might be, if you use ProPress, it might be like $50 in fittings.
Yeah.
Yet, how much does that dip tube cost?
It was like $12.
$12.
Yeah.
So if you were going to use $50 in fittings to pipe that relief valve down, versus $12 in fittings, really on those you're charging like a 60% margin to be able to hit 55 on your P&L. That's a massive difference in cost.
Yeah.
And so all those little things, like the materials you're going to use, all that stuff, what you're going to stock in your van, it affects the price. And the price is going to affect your ability to make the sale.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people say price doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your price is. But if we were free, we'd sell a lot. If we were $1 million an hour, we'd sell none.
Sure.
So it does affect it. So let's design it in a way that's as easy as humanly possible for our technicians to go out there and be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there's a big problem with like these businesses, we have to be expensive. It's just how it is. We can't go put in $1,200 water heaters. We can barely go put in $1,900, $2,000 water heaters. And if you want to run a good business, you got to pay your guys well. The insurance is expensive. The tools are expensive. They're expensive businesses to run. And so we need to keep close rates high. We need to keep income coming in, and we have to be expensive. So we have to figure out how to go out in the field, have these expensive rates, keep close rates high, and keep efficiency high so that we can make money.
Mm-hmm.
Because if your close rates dip and your efficiency dips because of it, you just have to get even more expensive.
Yeah.
Which then affects close rates and efficiency. And then you have to get more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And on and on and on. And I think people fall into that trap, and then they're like, "Oh, my guys suck. They can't sell."
Yeah.
And I think what happens is like the owner goes out and he can sell like crazy.
Yeah.
Because he's freaking awesome. But those guys, the guys who can do that are a dime a dozen.
The guys who can go out and sell
The guys who can go out and sell are very rare.
Yeah.
At super high rates.
Mm-hmm.
And so Why not design your business so that you can make margin? And by doing these kinds of things with an efficient price book setup, thinking about through all this stuff so that you set your guys up for success so that,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the guys who couldn't sell at 500 can sell at 400.
Sure.
And if you can run your business and hit margin at 400, all of a sudden it's easier to get guys who have good close rates.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest part, the
Mm-hmm.
people.
Yeah.
It's the hardest part of these businesses.
Yep.
Getting people on board, getting them okay with the pricing, getting them closing at high rates, the whole 9 yards.
They all have an opinion about what they are sure would work the best. And they all worked for somebody who charged at a certain rate, and he did really good over there. And they did fine. We did X number of dollars a year. And then that person comes and works at your shop and sees that you're charging more. And he kind of wants to protest and move things back to the way that they were where he came from.
Yep.
But then you ask him, why aren't you working over there anymore? Oh, because he closed down. Business closed down.
Yeah.
It's because he wasn't charging enough.
Yeah.
So now we're charging enough, but yeah, we have a bit of a responsibility to set the pricing in a way that's achievable for our market, like our customers can afford it, and it's achievable for our technicians, but not super easy for them to go out and sell necessarily.
Yep.
They have to put in some effort in order to do it.
Yeah. I used to think pricing was just super black and white. And now it's there's so many factors involved.
Yeah.
That it's just way more fluid would be the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So like in our price book as well, if we were going to get even deeper into that, we've built out 4 different price points as well, which sounds insane.
Is it only 4? I thought it was 5 now.
Well, now we had to do the 5th one to achieve the $200 surcharge.
Yeah.
It was the only way to make it happen in Service Titan.
Yeah.
But it's basically 4 different price points where we have high efficiency labor, high efficiency materials. We have low efficiency labor, low efficiency materials. We have high efficiency labor, low efficiency materials. And then we have good night. There's a good mix of pricing based on different efficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets a little bit complex. If you guys want to learn about that, we can't cover it on this podcast because it would be impossible for me to convey that over talking. You need the spreadsheet. But you can get that if you go to click the link in the description or down in the comments. You can go to our coaching community. We have a pricing calculator in there. It does all the efficiency pricing for you. That's another way that you can help sell more.
Mm-hmm.
And it really boils down into your sales process, which we should probably get into. But if you can be at the house longer, you're automatically more efficient. And so part of the cost of running these businesses is that we don't sell all of our time.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we only sell 25% of our time, we have to be more expensive than if we sold 75% of our time. And so if we can encourage our customers to buy more time from us and increase our efficiency, we can offer them those services at a slightly lower price.
Yeah.
To encourage them to buy those, because then we increase efficiency and we actually make better margin because it increases efficiency in so many ways.
Yeah.
Like marketing budgets, average tickets, travel time goes down, the whole 9 yards.
The liability of just being in traffic goes down.
Liability of being in traffic goes down, all of that. So what we do is anything like an hour-long task would be really inefficient, because if you were to go do just 1 hour tasks the whole year, you've got all the travel time between jobs. You're only selling an hour while you're there, and you lose a bunch of time in that. Versus the second you can sell 6 or 7 hours at a home, you're really efficient.
Mm-hmm.
You only need to go to one of those a day. And so if we're at a home and there's 5 or 6 different 1 hour tasks, we can bundle all those together into a 7 hour or 5 or 6 hour task. And we can offer that at a discount to the customer.
Mm-hmm.
And then that will increase close rates because now we're like giving them a deal on all the things that are wrong with their home. Plus our average ticket just went up. Plus our efficiency just went through the roof because we're not there 5 different times or 6 different times. And for the customer, like from the customer standpoint, cool, now I get everything fixed. It doesn't cost me as much. And I don't have to take off work 6 days this year to get all this stuff taken care of.
Right.
So building those abilities into your price book, massive.
Yeah.
When we did that at Prospector, and we put another $1 million basically on the top line just by bundling items together.
Yeah.
I think our average ticket went from like 26 to 39 at one point in time when I looked.
Yeah.
It was a big increase.
I didn't even look at that before I left there.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was anyway.
So right before it sold, I remember looking and going, we added $1 million top line. It was almost $800,000 bottom line revenue. And then our average ticket went from like 26 to 3,900.
Dude, that's
It
awesome.
was a huge increase.
Yeah.
It was massive.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. Okay. Sales process. We might not get through all these today. Okay. Sales process. So number one, it's important to have a process. We can't just go in and not have a way that we do stuff.
Right.
That's not going to work.
Nope. No, it does not work. You're going to get all kinds of versions of a process. Some of them you might like, pieces of them you might like, and then the rest of it you might just absolutely hate. It might just be killing your ability to sell.
Yeah.
So you need to have kind of your foundational process that all of your technicians follow, so that when they go greet the customer, it's like fulfilling the promises that you make in your marketing.
Yep.
But then also it has some success rate.
Yeah.
Just by default. Like if we follow these processes,
Yep.
we have some success rather than just going out there and being all cowboy about it.
Yeah. So you want something that's simple enough to follow and effective enough to get the result.
Yeah.
And I feel like, well, most people either overcomplicate it or underthink it. And I think where people underthink it is they don't think about the value from the customer's standpoint. Like it has to all be about getting the customer the best value, the best bang for their buck. And where they go wrong is they go in and they see a toilet flapper, they replace the toilet flapper, and they go to their next call and they're like, that was a garbage call.
Yeah.
That would be a bad sales process. Like we talked about before, you should be going, okay, this toilet flapper is bad. Why? Is the water quality bad? Or is this old? It's one of the two things, right? If the water quality is bad, well, let's address that issue. Hey, this flapper is not that old and it's going bad and it shouldn't be. I think you might have a water quality issue. So how about we do a water quality test? Easy conversation to have. Hey, this flapper's hella old. That's why it failed. Number one, so are all the other parts in this toilet.
Yeah.
Number two, so is this toilet. There's quite a bit cooler toilets out nowadays. Like most toilets you go to that are old are short, round front, and they're just junky toilets.
At least more comfortable toilets, even if it's the same features.
Hell yeah. And then also, if that toilet's old, most homes don't have one toilet.
Not anymore.
Most have 3, at least 2. And if that toilet's old, the other toilet's probably really old. And if both of those toilets are really old, the whole system is probably really old. So what else can you look for?
Yeah.
Like, hey, like that's how you get into like a plumbing inspection. It's like, hey, maybe you sell them, and this is stuff that you have to train on, which we'll talk about next, but the process really needs to be like, the process really is like, hey, technicians, we'll just start at the technician. CSR has their own process, but like, where do we park? I feel like everybody should know this already. It really starts when the tech dispatches. Needs to call the customer and say, "Hey, I got you scheduled between this time, and I'm on my way. Is there any particular place I need to park?" Because you don't want to park behind their vehicle or block them in or anything like that, or piss off their neighbors or whatnot. Typically, you're going to park in the street, not in the driveway, if you can. Some places you can't do that. Go knock on the door. You're not supposed to use the doorbell in case the babies are sleeping. Go knock on the door, and then let the customer open the door. Introduce yourself.
Sometimes before that, the customer will give some direction to the CSR. Please don't knock on the door, because the dogs will start barking and it'll wake up the kids. Or
text me when you get here. Yeah. Look at that stuff. Do whatever they tell you to do. And then show up to the home, and whether you text them or knock on the door or whatever, introduce yourself. Hey, my name is Jared with Wealthy Plumbing. I see.
Given a comfortable amount of space.
I see you called us out because your toilet's leaking. And then let them talk. Invite you in the home. And when they tell you, yeah, my toilet's leaking, it's starting blah, 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 say, well, let them know that you're the toilet master. Well, cool. I'm master at fixing toilets, so you're in good hands. Now they're like, cool.
You called the right guy, because I can fix anything.
Yes. Now they're like, cool. I got the toilet master at my house. He's going to fix my toilet. Ask him some follow-up questions. How long has this been happening? Has it happened before? How long have you lived here? Do you plan on staying here? All those good things. And then, can we go take a look at it? Go take a look at the toilet. Diagnose the issue, the root cause of the issue. So if it's a bad flapper, again, in this instance, it's either bad water quality or it's age of the system. If it's either of those, then you need to present options that make sense. If it's water quality, it's like, hey, this toilet flapper's bad. We should probably do a water test. Do you mind if I run a quick water test free of charge? Do a free water test. That way they know what's in their water. Once you know what's in their water, then you can build options to like just fix the thing they called you out for, which is the flapper. If the tank needs rebuilt, give them an option for that. Or a new toilet, give them an option for that. If it's the water quality that's killing all this stuff in their house, make sure and ask them if they want you to check the other toilets in the home, just in case. And then you can always offer them an option to fix their water quality. What I would do is I would sell them the repair for, like, I would do the water test. I would let them know what's in their water, and I would look at both of their toilets or all three of their toilets, and I would sell them the fix for the toilet. Once that's sold and I've got that work done, I would ask them, hey, would you like me to provide you with, the water quality is what ruined these toilets today, and that's why you had to spend this money. Would you like me to provide you with an estimate to get the water quality fixed? If they say, yeah, say, cool, let me work one up for you real quick. Work up some water quality options for them. And then either leave them with the estimates or sell them the water quality estimate on the spot. Say, hey, we can get this in for you today if you'd like us to do that. Super simple. If it's a water pressure issue, go check the water pressure. Hey guys, real quick, if you need a good marketing agency, I've got the perfect one for you, mammothforplumbers.com/wealthy. We've used Mammoth Marketing for the last 5 or 6 years at every single company, and they've always done a great job for us. They work with plumbers specifically. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're a great agency. If you guys are trying to get more work or you haven't marketed before, you want to grow your business, you've got to market your company, and one of the best ways to do this is to hire someone who's specifically good at marketing your very specific type of company. So go check them out at mammothforplumbers.com/wealthy. Tell them you came from the Wealthy Plumber or the Jared Williams Show, and they'll hook you up.
Yes, stay there and get it in for them if they want that done. Like, the most important customer on your schedule that day is the customer who's in front of you. Even if it's busy back at the office and there's a lot going on, like, that tends to push technicians to just get out of there and get on to what's next. And that it happens by accident. People want to, for whatever reason, protect or unload the schedule rather than take care of that customer for as long as they want to be taken care of.
Yep.
Don't say, flapper's done. I'm busy. I got to get out of here.
No, hell no.
You want to stay there and fix as much as they
Yeah.
want fixed. Work until they're done.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know that they're done until they say, no
Nope.
more, I'm done.
Yep. Go for no.
And you need to find out where that is.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't even know where that is. And your conversation with them will help them find that.
Yep.
And then when they say, no, I'm done. That's all I need right now. Appreciate it. Then you know you're done and you move on.
Yep. If you like going back to that scenario that we just talked about with the toilet flapper, it's water quality, and you do a water quality test. And if you have the ability, like we do, to bundle things in your price book,
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden my process changes because now I'm going, hey, if you know, here's what we found is wrong with your toilets. For each flapper, let's say 2 out of the 3 flappers were bad. If you want to fix each flapper, it's this much. If we do them individually, if you want to rebuild the toilets, it's this much. If you want to bundle all that stuff together with getting your water treated so that you don't have these problems anymore, we can fix all your problems today plus the water treatment, and it's this much. And so I would give them the individual price for each thing and show them, like, if we were to fix all this over the course of the year, it's going to cost you, I don't know, let's just say 10 grand, versus if we go bundle all this stuff and get it done today, we can give you a significant savings because it makes us more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
And so you essentially get all the toilet repairs for free, and all you're paying for is the water filtration.
Mm-hmm.
That's an easy sale.
Yeah.
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 And you just had a massive average ticket, and you just had a really good efficiency, and you use less gas, and you less wear and tear on your vehicle, and
hopefully more convenient for the homeowner.
And think of what more convenient for the homeowner. They think you're awesome. You got to the root cause of the problem. And then also, like, your marketing, you paid $200 for that call and you sold $7,000 worth of stuff instead of paying $200 for the call and going and changing out a $300 toilet flapper.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you have a scalable company. That's a company you can scale. You cannot scale or make money on $350 toilet flappers when you're paying $200 for marketing.
Yeah.
You have to get that average ticket up there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you do it. That's such a simple sales process.
Yeah.
It's incredibly simple. It's not hard. The next step, like once you have that process in place, it's like, well, how do we train on this?
That's a tough one.
I don't like, kind of, it's tough to get people to do. Most people don't do what you want them to do.
Mm-hmm.
That to be told way more often than you want.
Yeah.
And I think that probably starts with, number one, hiring the right person, which involves identifying what your core values are so that you can get somebody that aligns with how you think.
Yeah. If you don't have core values or you don't know what they are, then how do you know that you hired the right guy?
Yeah. We just redid ours. I think I talked about him on the podcast with Justin Deese, but we just redid ours. Because we kind of have this realization. So probably hiring is probably one of our weak spots, because in Alaska we had a union company. And so we were kind of whoever they would give to us, we were stuck hiring them. So we had to bring them in and go, nope, you suck, go back to the hall.
Yeah.
And then bring them in and go, okay, you can stay. We probably let too many people stay that we should have sent back to the hall.
Agree.
But so hiring is kind of a new ordeal, but talking to Justin Deese, we kind of have and then reading Traction, we have this realization that our core values are our filter for who can work here. Our core values need to be people that we want to work with.
Yeah.
That's it. Pretty simple.
Dude, it would be terrible to hire someone that is the opposite of who we want to work with.
Yeah. But in order to know who do we want, we have to define that. So we put it into 5. We have 5 core values. So number 1 is proud to work, because me and you like to work. We're proud of the fact that we get to show up here every day and work hard and make money for our families. Like, that's a big deal to me.
Yeah.
I think that's a duty that I have.
Yes.
And I don't want employees coming in here who aren't proud of the fact that they get to come and work and provide for their families.
Mm-hmm.
We need people who are reliable. So that's number 2. Like, if me and you are incredibly reliable, and one of the things that irritates us the most is when somebody is not reliable.
Yes.
And so you can't come here and not be reliable. Third one is no BS, which I kind of like because we get to stick some more in there.
Mm-hmm.
But it says we leave the following at the door: bad attitudes, excuses, entitlement, and drama. We speak straight. Me and you are just very blunt and open.
Mm-hmm.
We take ownership. We handle problems like professionals instead of victims. This is a no-nonsense environment for people who want to win.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably my favorite one. Prepared. Me and you are pretty prepared people, typically. You're probably more prepared than I am, but I would say we're both probably pretty well prepared.
Yeah.
We don't typically wing it. We show up every day prepared. And by prepared, I don't mean just like, yeah, my van's in order. I mean mentally, emotionally, physically.
Yeah.
All my at-home stuff is
Squared away.
And I'm prepared to come to work and win the day.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
If your at-home stuff is a mess, then you can physically be at work, but mentally,
you are not.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the right tools, the right mindset, the right plan. I brought, like, me and you either bring a lunch or somebody brings us a lunch. We pack our water every day.
Mm-hmm.
We come prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And we need that from our team as well.
100%.
And then we have operate as a team. So it's not a solo sport. This is my least favorite one because I do want everybody to operate as a team, but I hate this seems like such a cliche.
I totally agree.
Yeah. So we changed it. We said operate as a team. So we operate like a SEAL team.
Mm-hmm.
There's a leader, there's a system, there's a mission. The outcome matters more than the individual egos. And we follow the process. We respect the leadership, and we execute with the team and the mission in mind.
Mm-hmm.
When one person wins, everybody wins.
Yep.
That sounds way cooler to me.
I totally agree. The operate as a team, or to go even further, this isn't just a job. Like, we're all family here. That doesn't work. Like, that doesn't motivate me.
No, it wouldn't be true.
And I call bullshit on that. Like, that's not, if
I'm here to work.
Yeah.
I'm not here to be your family.
Right.
I'm here to work. I want you to be here to work too.
Right.
And if you can come to work and do that and do all these core values, you're going to get paid a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to be very successful, and I will help you do that.
And operate like the leadership wants you to. You have ideas. The technicians, I don't mean you have ideas that we're not going to listen to. I mean, the technicians or the employees that one hires all have their own ideas about what they think is going to work the best.
Yep.
And they're looking at the tiniest portion of the picture.
Yeah.
Where if we do this differently, my job in the field will be a lot easier.
Yeah.
And that may be very true. If we do it the way you want, your job gets easier. However, if we do it the way you want,
we don't make any money.
My
job gets harder.
Right.
Yeah.
You're now putting more burden on other people to solve. Instead, take on that extra work. I hope we're paying you well enough for it.
Yep.
So do that extra work for us and just do it.
Yeah.
We had people that buck the system and protest an idea because they want us to adopt their idea, and it's just
that would go against our core values.
Yes, it would.
Of no BS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And operate as a team.
Yeah, just do leadership.
The person would have to go.
They have no clue how much time you and I both put into developing the system that we operate by.
Yeah.
The
funny part though is I don't think they care.
I don't think they care either.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
There has to be a respect for the core values. Like, they have to align with your core values. So you need to, the point is you need to identify what those are.
Mm-hmm.
The people you bring in have to align with them. Otherwise, you're never going to be able to train them.
Mm-hmm.
It's never going to work.
Nope.
And so when you get the right people in, set aside time for training.
Mm-hmm.
So we did Thursday mornings for 2 hours for years.
Mm-hmm.
You come in and what do you talk about? You talk about SOPs sales process, anything that they're doing that you need changed, any behavior that you need remedied, you train on it.
Technical stuff, soft skills. We made a change in the price book. We made a change in our pricing structure.
Yep.
Yeah.
So hold those Thursday. We did them on Thursdays because Thursdays were our least busy day. So it was easier to have them come in Thursday morning at 8 a.m. And we just sit there and we train. Pre-think what goes in those meetings. What do we need to cover? And let's make sure and cover that stuff.
Yeah.
And if you've got guys that aren't responding to your training, hopefully that goes against your core values. And if they're going against your core values, you need to pull those people aside and say, hey, this is a core value of ours, and you're not showing us this core value. So you've got 30 days to turn this around, or this is going to be a different conversation.
Yeah.
And then set a follow-up meeting and have that conversation with them, whether it's good or bad.
Yep.
And let them know. It's super important.
Yeah.
Gets easier the longer you do it. The longer we do this, the more I realize the people matter more than probably anything else.
Right.
The people are so incredibly important.
Which honestly is one of the frustrating is not the right word, but like I only ever like to manage myself in the field. Like I just wanted to control my day and what I did. And I didn't want to have to manage any personalities. I wanted to go fix things and get the work done and then go do whatever one's next. And so, and I like to do things, I like to take care of things on my own, but that is a luxury we don't like. There's too much stuff that needs done and I just don't have the time.
Yep.
And so delegating and working with other personalities is just baked into it, and I have to.
So if you can get the personality in the door that fits with you, it's so much easier.
So much easier.
So much easier. We all, if anybody listening to this has hired people, you've hired people that were easy and awesome, that required very little work to like get the result that you wanted. And you've hired people that were a giant pain in your butt that required tons of attention and tons of training and tons of work to get the result. And half the time, you didn't even get the full result you wanted.
And you go to bed thinking about this person.
You need to find more of the people that are like the ones that are super easy to deal with. They're the ones that you can scale with. These dead weights over here are the ones you have to get rid of. They're dragging, like their 50% productivity is turning your 100% productivity person into a 50%er because they, like both of them together are now a 75 instead of 200%.
And the A players don't like the B players.
No.
Or the C players or the D players, whatever.
Frustrating as they'll get out.
And the B, C, D players don't like the A players either.
No, me and you know that.
Very well.
I worked with plenty of B players and C players, and it's so frustrating.
Yep.
Incredibly frustrating.
And like, so if you try to appease or babysit or reform the B, C, D players, the A players are going to look over and they're going to be like, dude, why is he getting all that extra attention and training and maybe incentive? And why is he getting all of that when I'm over here doing this? This sucks. I'm going somewhere else. And they'll move on.
They will. They'll lose your best guy.
They hate each other. Yep. Those two classes of people hate each other.
Yep.
And if you had to choose, because you can only keep one, which one are you going to keep?
Yeah. The A player.
The A player.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
Okay, how to measure KPIs and what KPIs to measure.
Yeah, this is one that we've gone around on a bit.
Yeah.
Building a scorecard and figuring out what should be on there. I tend to put way too much shit on there. I tend to want to measure so many different areas.
I think it's okay to measure a million different areas, but I think you need to recognize the KPI is key performance indicator. There's a bunch of performance indicators that if a KPI were off, we could go look at and determine what's going on. But
I'm about tuning and adjusting and optimizing, and every little area that you can tune and tweak is going to give you a better performance out of whatever it is you're tuning and tweaking.
Yep.
I have a tendency to make all of these performance indicators are key. You're a lot better at filtering those
Yeah.
down than
So
I am.
for technicians, like we're talking about the sales process that involves the technicians, their KPIs need to be revenue, customer satisfaction, close rate, average ticket. It's really all you need. Like those four, if their revenue's down, you go look at their close rate and their average ticket, and you're like, well, his close rate's lower than everybody else, and his average ticket's lower than everybody else. So, and billable efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would put in there. So, and usually you'll see billable efficiency is low. So then maybe you got to go dig through some jobs or look at some other PIs. But typically it's like, well, what are you doing out in the field? Let's go look at the estimates you're offering.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go figure out if you're following the sales process or not. They're probably not.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably not offering enough estimates, and then they probably aren't good communicators or something like that. So bring them in, measure that stuff, and then show them, like, come up with what you would like them to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a much deeper topic. You have to know what your revenue goals are per technician. You have to know what your marketing budget is and how much you're paying to get a phone call, and what your booking rate is and how many calls they're running a day. And you can math this out. Again, click the link in the description or in the comments below. You can go get our calculator that does that for you, that you can fill out. You do a yearly budget. You know exactly how many calls you need, how many calls they need to run, what their close rate needs to be, what their average ticket needs to be. And then you hold them accountable to those things. So, and I would say do it probably monthly. Sit down and have a one-on-one with them,
Mm-hmm.
and put all this stuff in a scorecard. It's like, here's the name of the individual. Here's the KPIs we're tracking. And then some of the other things you might track, like attendance, attitude, truck cleanliness,
Mm-hmm.
personal appearance. You might put a scale of 1 to 10 or 1 to 5 and rate them on those things.
Mm-hmm.
And just go through that scorecard with them. Super easy.
Mm-hmm.
And hold them accountable to the numbers. Say, here's the minimums. And if they're not hitting them, get to the bottom of it,
Mm-hmm.
and figure out, what do we need to do to get this up? Like, what can I do to help you get this up?
Mm-hmm.
And if they continue to have piss poor performance, you push those meetings closer together, and then you start asking them the question of, okay, this has been going on. This is our third meeting. How long should I put up with your underperformance?
Yeah.
And they typically realize, like, okay, these guys are serious. I need to get this performance up, or, man, I'm not capable of working here.
Which is a totally fine answer.
Totally fine.
Tell me that you, like, if it's something that you're missing, then I would love to be able to help you acquire that.
Yeah.
But if this is just well beyond what you are willing to do or able to do, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a mismatch.
It's such a weird one to me.
Yeah.
Well, so like reading the book Traction and realizing, okay, they have to align with our core values. And then the whole idea of, like, they align with our core values, it means they're a good fit for our company.
Mm-hmm.
But then they have to get it, want it, and have the capacity to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And the capacity to do it one blows my mind.
Yeah.
I get it if they're like, I don't believe in this. There's no way I'm going to a customer's house and doing what you want me to do. That's fine. Go do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want it, and they likely don't get it either.
Mm-hmm.
But then, just like, if they got it and they're like, yeah, this is dope, I really want to work here, I love this process, and then they just can't pull it off, that's so weird to me.
Yeah.
But it happens.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Yep.
People just don't have, it's not their skill set.
To me, like, that's a willingness thing. Like, if I get it, I align, like, I apply for a job and I'm like, oh shoot, this place is serious. I understand what it is that they're trying to do, and I want to be a part of that.
Yep.
And then the third measurement is, do they have the capacity to do it? And capacity could mean, like, the technical know-how,
Mm-hmm.
but it could also mean maybe they have the technical know-how, but they don't have the time in their day,
Yeah.
um, or like, I don't know, I like to take my kids to school in the morning, so I start at 9. Not here, you don't. You
Yeah.
start at 8 here.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
start at 8 and you work till 4, and then you can go do whatever it is. And
Yeah.
so that one, they get it and they want it, but they don't have the capacity to do it, is the wild one to me.
It is, but
You need to change your willingness.
I'm starting to understand it more.
Yeah.
So like you're naturally good at things that I'm not, and I'm naturally good at things that you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And at some level, I reach a capacity to
Mm-hmm.
be able, like I could at a low level, I could take what you're good at and probably pull it off with
Mm-hmm.
if I had the tenacity to like do it, right? But there's gonna be a level at which I literally just cannot do it to the level that's required, where you could probably step in and do it to the level that it's required because you have something that I don't, right?
Sure.
And I think that's what you run into. But I guess what blows my mind is that you run into that and it's the bar is relatively low and people don't have the capacity to hit it. But
what would you be willing to give up in your personal life in order to achieve that, though? Like for me, for me coming up in the trade, I didn't have the capacity for most things. I had no idea how to read a meter.
You developed it.
You acquire the skill.
Yeah.
Like and in order for me to acquire that skill, I needed to free up time.
Do you think there's skills that you can't acquire?
I think there's skills that I won't acquire.
Do you think you could acquire, like there's also a time frame involved too. Like let's say you got into a job where they wanted you to be a artist or something.
Mm-hmm.
How's your drawing skills?
Pretty weak.
Pretty weak. So could you acquire the skills to become a world-class artist?
I believe so. And it's a matter of time invested.
Yeah.
So like they say to be like quite good at anything, you need to invest 10,000 hours. Yeah. If you want to be world class, you need to invest 20,000 hours. And so if I'm applying for a job, which I shouldn't ever be doing, but if I'm applying for a job to become an artist, and I show up and I've got 150 hours of drawing under my belt, I need to be realistic when I go in there and I demand a certain level of compensation.
Well, and then let's say that employer needs that artist. You think you're that artist, but they're only willing to invest 1,000 hours to get the person to that point, and you need 10,000 more hours. Then that would be a capacity issue.
I agree. Yeah. And so my timing of applying for that job is wrong.
Yeah.
Like I should give up the playing whatever, what Roblox, Fortnite that the kids play these days. I should be giving up playing Fortnite all night, and I should be investing those hours into acquiring the skill of drawing. And then once I have enough hours where I think I'm pretty good, then I go talk to them.
So that's probably what we run into when we run into capacity issues is people coming into the organization who they're not ready to be in the position they're in.
Right. I want the opportunity to work here. I want the opportunity to have the future that working here can give me. But I want you to know that I don't know anything about this trade. And if we've got nothing but time and ability to bring this guy up, then cool, the timing is fine. But if we need somebody that can go out there and do work right now, like our first hire should never be a helper or an apprentice.
No.
Our second, our third, our fourth, our fifth hire should never be a helper. It needs to be somebody who's already invested that time. When I started in this trade, I had a massive deficit in my skill. I had high willingness. I'll learn anything you want me to learn. But I had a massive deficit. I didn't show up with any skills. And it took me very little time to realize I have this huge deficit. But my employer at the time, my father-in-law, was willing to wait for me to acquire the skills, which means I had a responsibility to acquire those skills.
Probably because he didn't have core values and know how to hire.
Probably. I mean, he was a union shop too, and so he was getting whatever the union could send him. And so for whatever reason, he was like, Eddie with no skills is better than what I can get elsewhere. And so but I mean, I realized that I have to acquire these skills as quick as I can. So I sacrificed whatever I was doing in my evening to read and acquire skills so I could be useful to them during the day.
Yeah.
Like I've got no business going and applying as a lifeguard job down at the beach.
Yeah.
I can't swim. Like, what am I doing? It's just a super chill job, dude, and I want where this can take me. I like
Yeah.
hanging out at the beach. I got no business applying for a lifeguard job if I don't have the skill.
Yeah.
And it would be crazy of me to expect them to teach me to swim on their dime.
Hey, I need like 10,000 hours of swimming training.
So which one of you is teaching me to swim?
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy how much of that we run into.
A lot
of
of
capacity.
I might have derailed the conversation.
It blows my mind.
My bad.
No, you're good. It really does blow my mind how much we run into an employee with a capacity issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like they want it, they get it, they just don't have the capacity to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild to me.
Yeah.
Dope. So if you want to sell more jobs, it's like create a price book and a system that is designed in a way to sell more stuff. Create a sales process for your people to follow that gets to the root cause of the issue, that encourages upsells and selling more things. Train your guys on that process, measure their KPIs, and hold them accountable.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds relatively simple, and it kind of is, but there's a lot of little freaking details and consistency that needs to happen in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And know your filter and know how to filter those guys with your KPIs and your scorecard and your core values. And
yep. Well, cool. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man.
If you guys want the price book or the calculators for efficiency, or you want the scorecard on how to measure your guys' KPIs, go get in our school group. Link in the comments below. You can join. 7-day free trial. Doesn't cost you a thing. And then after that, it's only $99 a month. There's literally everything we do in there. Every spreadsheet we've ever made is available. Social media content, whole 9 yards. Go check it out. See you guys.